What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about the front strap insert from Wilson Combat. It's a part that's only about $9 or $10 from Wilson Combat, and it's an alternative for a front strap checkering job. So I'm just going to talk about it real quick in my comments and concerns and see if I can't answer some of your guys' questions about it. As you can see, today I'm wearing my The Timeless Art of Seduction t-shirt, and you should give this video a like if you're a Seinfeld fan. Just based on that alone, you should like this video because this is an awesome t-shirt from an awesome show. So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about this. So it's just a metal insert made out of some type of spring metal, I believe, and what you do is you just take your grips off on both sides, you just insert it right there and you screw your grips down on top of it. That is literally it to install this thing. It is held in place by the pressure of your grips on top of the metal of the gun. So it's being held in place by pressure, basically. So I have recently shot this gun in the past few days, and the reason why I haven't cleaned it or done anything to it is because I wanted to show you what happens with this little insert after even maybe 100 rounds. I maybe put 100 rounds into this gun. If you can see, you see that line right there, right underneath my fingernail? Look at that line right there. Now that's where I normally have, yeah, you can see it really well right there. That's where I normally have this insert. I have it hiked up a little bit more, right where that groove starts. And when you start shooting it, think about the way that your gun's gonna flip. Muzzle flips up, and your fingers are got a good grip on the gun. It's going to push that down and down and down each and every time, and it'll eventually get to the point. You see how it's hanging off just a tiny bit right there, that little lip right there, and you can see even part of it. Don't worry, I've already checked this gun. You can see how part of it's even been crushed by me slapping my magazine in a little too hard, and it hit it and pushed it in. So it's got a good solid grip. I counted it once. I want to say it's a 20 LPI, somewhere in that range. And so it offers a good solid grip. It's really grippy, and it'll not cut you up, but it'll definitely give you a good solid grip on your hand. But the only problem is these are not just spikes. They have holes in them. Each individual one has a hole in it. Not all of them, but quite a few. I'd say maybe 60 to 70%. So one time I took my grips off to clean the gun. I'm sporting Esmeralda grips, and she suggests that you take your grips off to clean the gun, and you know they're wood grips and they cost 110 bucks, so why not? So I took them off, I took the insert out, and I just noticed all these little specks in a row up and down the gun, just like the checkering from dirt and dead skin from my fingers. And so it just had all these little specks, and so because of all those little holes, it managed to creep in there, and that really drives me crazy because if something moisture gets in there and it just is trapped in there by that insert, it could cause the gun to rust. It could cause a lot of problems. So that, to me, just being the worrywart that I am, really bothered me. So that's one complaint that I have with it. The other, like I said, is that there's nothing holding it in place other than pressure from the grips being screwed down on the gun. That's it. And so as soon as that muzzle flips, every shot, it's just bringing it down lower and lower. And I think this is at its lowest point. I don't think I've ever gotten it lower than this, but I've only ever shot about 100 rounds and then cleaned it, and then shot another 100 and then cleaned it. And so this is about after 100 rounds, it gets about that low. So it travels, let's look at that from that line, maybe not a quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch maybe from 100 rounds. So it could travel quite a bit, and I don't know if that's just where it stops at or if it would just keep going to the point that it was almost hitting my magazine well or going farther down. So if you guys are looking for a quick, cheap alternative for a front strap checkering job, it'll work. But I'm getting rid of it very soon, and I'm going to actually have a front strap checkering job done, and that's the last thing I'm going to be doing to this gun, because this is great. I love it, and it just feels so nice when I'm shooting. It offers a good, solid grip, but the only problem, like I said, is it traps in a lot more dust and dirt than even a checkering job will do. I realized that a checkering job on like my mainspring housing here, a lot of crap gets stuck in there, but I just take a little toothbrush and just it comes right out and doesn't ruin the finish or anything. But with this, it actually gets inside and under on top of the gun and in between the insert, and that really worries me. So that's one of the reasons I'm going to be getting rid of it. Also, that it moves around. So plus the color on it's kind of fading. It's probably going to be very hard to see. You can kind of see it. See how there's kind of a line right there and another line. That's from my fingers. That's from my fingers gripping the gun. You see how there's none right there? It's going to be pretty hard to see, so you guys are just going to have to take my word for it, but it's kind of a different color right there, and then a different color, different color, different color, and there's kind of lines in between. That's just from where my fingers grip the gun. And so, and my pinky goes right there, see? So that's one thing about it, is it's kind of getting discolored. That's not that big of a deal, but still, if that's something that would bother you guys. So if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns about this little insert or anything else about the gun, feel free to shoot off in the comments section or send me a private message. And if you want to just compliment my t-shirt, you can do that too. But if you want to hate on Seinfeld and tell me that Friends is better, you can just F off and go to the next video. So thanks guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one.